Hi, Victoria. I wanted to leave you some feedback on your thesis statement and your outline for essay one. So, overall, I think I like what you are doing with this essay. I think it could work quite well. Um, so, I can see that what you want to say is the story, and particularly the characters in the story, are kind of representations of social inequality. I think that that's a really interesting way to unpack what's going on in the story. And I think that it'll work well. In addition, I really like your key ideas here about the king, the man, and then finally the psychologist. I think that that's a smart way not only to unpack this story, but to also make this argument work. There's some things in your introduction here that I want to talk to you about to help you make this a little stronger. So, in your opening sentence, you don't have a subject in the sentence. So, this would be an example of a sentence fragment. So, when you begin your sentence with the word in, you're going to be creating an introductory phrase, and the introductory phrase ends at May's name. So this reads, in the story, the man who was put in a cage by Rollo May, and then you skip over where your subject will go and just start with your verb describes. Here's an easy way to fix this. Just get rid of the word in. So just slash this out, take it out of your sentence, and then your sentence will be this. The story, The Man Who Was Put in a Cage by Rollo May, describes the experimental project, yet to that. So if you take out the in, the word story becomes your subject, and then describes as your verb, and then you'll have a complete sentence and you'll be good. So the easiest way to fix this issue, just take out the word in. I think that you have a good summary sentence, and I also think that you have I like the way that you said that the experiment really has three stages. However, I don't think the experiment reacted. I think you want to say the man's reaction to the experiment occurred in three stages. Does that difference make sense? Because the experiment didn't react, but the man who was in the experiment reacted. So just do some rephrasing right here. Finally, and this is the biggest issue, everything up until this point reads really well. I like the claim that you're making, but there's a big gap in logic between your summary and the claim that you want to present. So let me read this. The experiment reacted in three stages. Firstly, he experienced hatred and aggression. On the second stage, the man accepted his humility and submission. In the last stage, he went insane. So you are listing, right, in each of these stages, these are the different reactions of the man. But then you make this jump to say that May presents social inequality between the middle class and the upper class. So I can see what you're trying to do there, but there's a big gap in logic right here. So you need to explain how the man's reactions lead us to the idea that May is talking about social inequality. So is it the idea that these are the similar stages that people who experience social inequality go through? I think that that would be a way to fill in that gap, right? So I like what you're doing, but you need a little bit more writing right here to try to bridge the gap between your summary to the place where you want to take it in the claim. Everything in this paragraph makes perfect sense. I can see how you want to unpack this. It's just you filling in this gap in logic to help the reader understand how you got this, how you went from the man's reaction, all the way to social inequality. So you need to start building that idea that the characters in this story represent something, right? That they are representing people or situations or institutions that the readers might recognize in their own lives, right? So fill in that gap. And I think if you do that, I think that this could be a successful essay. So contact me if you have any questions. And thanks again for resubmitting this. I hope I didn't cause you too much anxiety with the zero. But let me know if you have any questions. Okay, thanks.